China has been creating some extraordinary inventions. For instance, the construction of a new space station, a stronger supercomputer, new medicines, and low carbon tech. These are the major projects in China's technology sector. However, at the start of 2022, there was a video about China's new artificial sun on different social media platforms. China's artificial sun is 10 times hotter than the actual sun, and it will help the country develop high energy resources as well. If you are intrigued to know more about China's artificial sun project, then keep on watching this video till the end. Today we will discuss how China created its nuclear fusion reactor and what is the main motive behind its creation. Now, let's get started. We live in a galaxy called the Milky Way. To be more precise, in the Orion Arm of the Sun. There might be tons of solar systems out there, who knows? But our solar system is located at a distance of 25,000 light-years from the Galactic Centre. And in our solar system, the sun produces its energy from nuclear fusion reactions. If we pay more attention, there are hydrogen atoms in the sun that collide and fuse with each other at an extremely high temperature of 15 million degrees centigrade. Also, don't forget that these reactions take place under tremendous gravitational pressure. Every passing second, 600 million tons of hydrogen atoms are fused together to create helium, which further converts into energy. Now, let's get back to China's artificial sun. Recently, the new created sun established a record of running at 120 million degrees Celsius for a total of 101 seconds, as per the report from China's Zhenhua. To understand the working mechanism of this artificial sun, it is important to learn the basic difference between nuclear fusion and nuclear fission reactions. Nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion is a technology that enables us to create high levels of energy without producing a high amount of nuclear waste. However, nuclear fusion is not a perfectly crafted process. There are a lot of things that can go wrong during nuclear fusion. That is why scientists have been trying to master this procedure for years. Right now, nuclear power can be obtained in the form of nuclear fission. It is the opposite process to nuclear fusion. In fission, the nucleus of a heavy atom is divided into two or more nuclei of lighter atoms in order to produce energy. As compared to fusion, nuclear fission is an easier process to complete, but it generates tons of nuclear waste. HL2M, China's artificial sun. You might have heard about China's new artificial sun. The testing was successfully completed for the nuclear fusion reactor produced by China. As per the researchers, this nuclear fusion reactor can create more energy for upcoming years. But that would only be possible if they make it more sustainable. Nuclear fusion is a costly process, but with China taking the first step in doing tests, it can open a gateway for researchers to find ways in order to reduce the costs. The name for China's artificial sun is HL2M. It is a tokamak fusion reactor which is situated at the Southwestern Institute of Physics in Chengdu, China. Now the question is, how does this artificial sun generate power? Given the fact that it is not a naturally created object, then there must be a power source. Let's take a look at it. The Chinese nuclear reactor produces energy by applying powerful magnetic fields to hydrogen and then compressing it until it creates plasma. The resulting plasma is capable of reaching temperatures of more than 150 million degrees Celsius, which makes the artificial sun 10 times hotter than the nucleus of the sun. This also generates a tremendous amount of energy when the atoms fuse together. The plasma is then contained with magnets and supercooling technology. First test. The experimental fusion reactor HL2M got its first plasma result on the 4th of December 2020. It was an important scientific achievement in the global race to create clean, safe, and usable forms of nuclear energy. It was also believed that this experiment will increase the research and development of key technologies in the plasma physics departments of China. Later on, the HL2M project was approved by the Chinese Nuclear Power Authority, China Nuclear Corporation. Technically, SWIP built it, and it is a part of CNNC. HL2M in ITER. Interestingly, China is also part of the International Thermonuclear Reactor Project. With the HL2M, there will be great technical support to this project as well. The ITER project involves building its own tokamak reactor. In the research areas such as flux instability and high-temperature plasma magnetic phenomena, the tokamak reactor will prove out to be a good invention. All the updates on East. According to the news report by China's Zhenhua, China's artificial sun created a record of running at 120 million degrees Celsius for a total of 101 seconds. Basically, China has developed the experimental advanced superconducting tokamak device that copies the nuclear fusion process carried out by the sun. For a total of 20 seconds, the East device was able to reach a high temperature of 160 million degrees Celsius. When compared with the temperature of the sun, it was 10 times hotter. This high temperature experiment was conducted by the Institute of Plasma Physics of the Chinese Academy of Sciences in Hefei. East isn't a sun. Most of us believe that East is actually a sun, just like the name given to it, artificial sun, or as suggested by a few fake social media videos. Actually, East is nothing like a sphere of light that is to be launched into the sky. No, that's not it. East is a donut-shaped reactor chamber where the heated-up plasma is trapped within a powerful magnetic field. The main goal of this reactor is not to supply heat or light energy to China. The country will utilize the natural sun. Instead, the main goal is to create an enormous amount of clean nuclear energy that can enable the researchers to create power cities. The reason why it is officially nicknamed the artificial sun is that its energy generation process is similar to what happens to the sun, which is also known as the nuclear fusion process, in which atomic nuclei are used to create a large amount of energy into electricity by merging hydrogen atoms in order to create helium, setting up records. East has broken the record of South Korea's Korea Superconducting Tokamak Advanced Research Reactor, which set a world record in 2016 by maintaining 50 million degrees Celsius for a total of 70 seconds. However, in 2021, East has broken K-Star's record by surviving for 119 million degrees for 102 seconds. The main goal, motive of China's East project. China's main motive behind creating their very own artificial sun isn't something that is related to their country's development. The ultimate goal of the East project is to replicate the nuclear fusion of the sun by using deuterium abound in the sea. Deuterium from 1 liter of seawater is capable of producing energy that is equal to 300 liters of gasoline via a nuclear fusion reaction. In order for the nuclear fusion reaction to happen, a tremendous amount of heat and pressure is applied towards the hydrogen atoms so that they fuse together. Unlike fission, nuclear fusion is considered to be a much safer process since there is no nuclear waste. As we discussed earlier, in nuclear fission, there is a huge amount of nuclear waste, while fusion is the opposite. The nuclear fusion process has the potential to provide an unlimited amount of clean energy at very little cost. East and ITER. China's East project is also part of the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor facility that is all set to become the world's largest nuclear fusion reactor after it comes into operation in 2035. There are a lot of countries that are part of this project, including South Korea, Japan, Russia, India, and the United States as well. Future goals. The next goal for the experimental advanced superconducting tokamak project is to maintain the high temperature for a long period of time instead of just a few seconds or a few minutes. Even though East is costly with an estimated cost of more than $1 trillion, but it's totally worth it. Moreover, China is not only stopping at East, they are planning to create a new tokamak fusion device by the early 2030s, as well, of course. Moreover, China has replaced soldiers with machine gun carrying robots in the Ladakh region. If you enjoyed watching this video, then consider subscribing to more tech content like this. Also, click on the bell icon so you can get the latest video updates from High Tech Teens.